Well, good morning. Welcome to American Reversion. I'm Steve Smith. Have you read the Declaration of Independence lately? Probably not. Most people don't. It's not a part of our daily routine or reading. We should. Most of us learn about it a little bit in high school. Maybe run across some quotes from it later on. If we were asked to recite any part of it, beyond we hold these truths to be self-evident and things like life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and I think probably most Americans wouldn't even be able to tell you exactly which document that was from. Half of them would guess the Constitution if they knew about that. I just posted a reading of it by Max McLean over on the Patreon channel of American Reversion. For those of you who are on Patreon, you can go over and watch it. If you're not on Patreon, you ought to be, because we put a lot of stuff over there in addition to what we put on YouTube. And I like to listen to this. Nobody reads stuff like Max McLean, right? Have you ever listened to the Bible by him? It is something. It's like the Lord speaking himself. But it's something that we ought to listen to or read for understanding periodically, maybe daily, the way this country is going. You know, in it, it says that governments are instituted among men to protect certain unalienable rights, among these being life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And when it comes to, when the government gets to the point to where it is no longer the protector of those, but a threat to those, then it is the right of the people, and indeed a responsibility, I add that, they say right, to alter or abolish it. When I listened to and watched, because what I put up over on Patreon is a video. When I listened to it and watched and read the words as it went along, there was background music, and it reminded me of how we are stirred and how we are brought up to certain levels by those things like music and those subliminals that are designed to and actually do support us, inflame us, however you want to put it. And that if we were watching a movie about the fight for independence of the American Revolution or anything, that if this was being spoken and music like this was being played and scenes were being shown to us, like The Patriot or whatever, it would have the people, the characters, it would show in their faces their understanding of their rights and their responsibilities and their needs. And it would show how this, through the music and the words and the great voice of McLean, it would drive us, it would show us how the characters were spurred on to finally rise up against an oppression under which they felt they could no longer live. And that's the difference between media and emotional drive and reality. That even when we watch this ourselves, we can feel it come rising within us. Something has to be done. But then what does get done? We know that at one time, people did rise up and rose up against an oppression under which they felt they could no longer live, and succeeded. And it became the country that rose and now is falling. But my thought and my question to you is, will there be another rising? Will there be an understanding, a revelation within the hearts of enough people, enough Americans, and with that, the desire and the willingness to put in the work that it takes to correct the course or set a new course? That's my question. What do you think it'll take? If we haven't risen to the point yet, and we haven't, what's it take? I'm going to ask you that question. Go over and watch that if you're on Patreon. If you're not, we'd love to have you over there. It's a way you can support this channel. The link is down below, as are the links to my books. And I cover a lot of this in my books. I cover a lot of American history, American political history, the foundational principles, where we want to ride, and what it takes to get it back. If you're interested in those, the links are down there. But let me know what you think on this. This may be the only one that I put out today. I don't know. I had my list of things that I was going to cover, but this is much more important. The rest of those things just are continual examples of how our country is falling. And as you watch this video, and as you listen to McLean talk about it, read the words and understand everything, and see if you don't see the parallel between that time and our time. So I'll leave you with that. Does America need a reversion? Does it need a renewal? Does it need a revolution? Does it need a resurrection? All those things are slightly different. I don't know. I started making this channel as an American reversion, thinking about going back to the way it was, but the process through which we have to get there, I think, is unknown. So let me know what you think. You all have a good day. Spread this around, if you will. Spread this around to people that you think might enjoy it, might want to think about it, might want to consider it. And spread the word, because spreading the word is one of the very foundational ways that we fight back. So you all have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.